Hey, evening everyone. Well, unfortunately, it's time for another one of my rant videos. I know I haven't done one of these in a while, but I have to do this because I know the AGT results show has just ended here on the East Coast, and unfortunately, the first two acts that went through are two acts even though the judges may like them, I have the complete opposite reaction. I hate these two acts for a good reason. Those two acts that I don't like these are a rant on two of those acts, being Piff the Magic Dragon and Stevie Starr, aka the Professional Regurgitator. There's a reason why I've hated them from the beginning. And first of all, I'll tell you why. One, the reason why I have not liked Piff since the beginning is, to me, even though it's magic, I actually find this magic to be rather boring and a waste of my valuable time. Because as soon as I saw that package when he auditioned, I knew I wasn't gonna like this act. And believe me, it has been that way ever since. And if he ends up winning the $1 million next week, well, sorry. I won't see it. I won't see him in Vegas. Believe me, Piff is not a $1 million act. And as for Stevie Starr, the Regurgitator, I know he had competed on Britain's Got Talent prior to this, but I won't talk about that. Well, for Stevie Starr, I've also have hated Stevie since the beginning. Disliked Stevie since the beginning. Because of what he does, since he's Regurgitator, you know what that term means, right? It's another term for, even though he does it with objects, I still think this act is kind of gross. And it's not to my standing, because, yeah, that's right. I don't want to see an act that throws up on national television. Because that act, the Professional Regurgitator kind of makes me sick. And could make some other people sick as well. Well, if he doesn't, I don't ever want to see him in Vegas either if he wins. So, I don't like these two acts. Believe me, there are much better acts than Piff and the Regurgitator. Besides, and furthermore for Piff, in that judge cuts, when Neil used that golden buzzer, I felt it was rather wasteful to him to do this. So, that is just not the thing. So, America, because you voted for those two acts, in my opinion, I think you got it all wrong. So, you'll be sorry for that. And besides, there are better acts in the finalists than those two. And magician-wise, there's two magicians I like better. Believe me, Derek Hughes and Oz Perlman are much better than Piff. Because, well, although Derek is also comedic, his act is, at least, his is not as boring. And Oz, I still like his magic the best, but for Piff, also with the magic, one more thing, because I don't like Piff, I'd say, in my opinion, he's my least favorite magician in AGT since Chips Cooney competed back in Season 5. I know how bad Chips was. Let's not talk about him. But also, and believe me, some other acts that had gone through, there were better acts in that group other than Piff. I mean, there were a couple singers that had way better, because I'm disappointed Daniela nor Sharon didn't make it through. That's heartbreaking. And besides, as for acts I do and other acts I do that are better than Piff, well, and believe me, and since they're both from the UK, believe me, there's one other act from the UK that's competing on this season, and I like him better than Piff or Stevie. That, of course, is ventriloquist Paul Zerden. I sure hope Paul wins, because he might be the one to go with. But although if he doesn't win, Drew Lynch will likely get it. Will likely win. But as for Piff and Stevie, those acts, all those performances have just been a waste of my time. And if I was a judge on AGT, I would obviously be hitting my red button, and my red X would light up during their performance. And so, and lastly, of those two, if I compare them to someone else who I really don't like, in my opinion, both Piff and Stevie are kind of like the evil Mike Richards of AGT. Yes, I still hate Mike because of what you do on Price, but that's another story. But for now, that's all I have to say. Again, I don't like Piff and I don't like Stevie. So, if any of you are fans of those two acts, please don't watch this video, because I don't want to hear what you fans say about those fans of those two acts say, because if there's anyone that does agree with me and doesn't like this, then you can tell me what you think. If you want to do your own rant about those two acts, just in case if either two you don't like it, then go ahead and do so. I would like to hear your side of the story. That way I'll know. And for now, that's all I have to say. I know. Hopefully the next video I do will be something a bit more happier. So I'll see you then.